Hello, I'm Brianna. Welcome to my life on paper, where paper and pictures tell my story. Welcome to Mad About Mini Paper Pads, where we use a mini paper pad. I'm also playing along with Series 17 of Chrissy's Beautiful Life and her 30 Days of Sketches. Today's sketch is by Shayla Kulchitsky, and it is a two-page layout. Here is my mini paper pad. So mine is 8 by 8. It can be anything less than 12 by 12, and you can use a 12 by 12 piece of paper. And since I'm doing a two-page layout, you can use two 12 by 12 papers. So you can see for the bottom pattern paper, I am taking these, not really plaid, but kind of plaid papers and piecing them together. So I'll have 1.5 pieces of paper on the left, 1.5 pieces of paper on the right. I'm trying to the best of my ability to line them up, but with all the paper or all the pictures on here, you're not really gonna see any seam or anything. So it all works out in the end. The photos I have are of me and my scrappy bestie Becky. We went, in case you didn't know, there is a huge scrapbook store in Iowa. It is called Scrap Mania. It is in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and we took a bus trip um, locally down there and had a blast shopping at this huge store. They do online orders. You can either, I think you can either still call in your order, or they do now have a new website that's up and running. But they have a little bit of everything, and it was really fun. You can see now that I've cut the piece of paper in half, I'm having just a little bit difficulty, but again, once I get it down and pictures on it, you're not going to be able to tell the seams. Now, ahead of time, I had gone into my color box and gotten a whole bunch of embellishments out of this pink color. And this pink color, I mean, you can have a really bright fuchsia or just like a dark pink. So I have a couple different shades of this pink, this being one, and I decided that was not going to work. Um, but I just have a lot of things to pick from, some really that I'm wanting to use more than others. So lots of pocket cards. The pocket card that on the right that I'm going to use says, "A memory I will keep tucked safely away." And then the one on the left-hand side will be my title that says "Celebrate." What am I cutting? Oh, boy, I'm telling you, I have a bunch of stuff from who knows where. I had somewhere gotten, it almost looks like a little flare, but it's metal, and it had a little tab on the top of it. So I cut the tab off, and it just says Buzz, and it's a little bee, but it's the right color. So I thought, perfect. And then I have all these like cut apart little things with the kind of the kind of like looks like mixed media on it. So I'm going to tuck those in different spots. There's a butterfly. Oh, so my nickname is Queen Brianna the Lovely. And so I have different queen things. So it was the right shade of pink. So it says by order of the queen. And then I'm going to pull out a different one. The black one there says the queen has spoken. So it's me and Becky. I thought that was pretty perfect for this layout. That little piece I'm gluing down says 1/10 away from a full-blown circus, which is, in good fun. Um, I don't mean crazy, but I don't think Becky would have any kind of problem with me using that on one of our layouts. So I'm doing the same thing with the polka dot paper. That's going to be my pattern paper going through the middle there, and I pieced that together. In fact, that one piece I don't think you can see at all, or most of it you can't see at all because I'm overlapping pictures. I find arrows, I find hearts. Oh, I've got these clips. These clips were from Walmart, and they were just in the office department. And I know, Record the Story, RTS Janet, she would always say you can look in different departments and you get things cheaper. So, like at Hobby Lobby, if you look in their, think it's more of like their, well, party planning section, you might find uh, items to go in your scrapbook that are less expensive. I have lots of tabs. I think there's a heart over there. There's some pencils. I thought, scrapbooking, writing materials, boy, that's good because when else am I going to use them? And they're in pink. I start by putting one clip onto each of the photos. And by the end, I'll have two clips on each of the photos because that means that all of that shade of pink clip will be on my layout and doesn't have to go back into my stash. The picture on the top left is everybody from the bus outside the store. The picture on the bottom left is myself and Becky in the frame that's hanging in the store with the store name on it. The picture on the right top is when we went to there is a picture of like um things in the store. And then on the right side there on the top is me and Becky at dinner. And then on the bottom left, right is what I had for dinner, which was my favorite, a grilled cheese and tater tots. So now I've got the background glued down. I'm getting the polka dots glued down. I'm slowly starting to figure out what I do want to still keep incorporated onto the layout and what can just be put aside. One other thing to notice is that anytime I have to line things up and there might be like a piece where the paper doesn't cover the background completely, I'm going to leave it on the inside. And that is another trick from Janet Madison. RTS Record the Story. She's on YouTube. I'm not making videos anymore, but you can go there and check her out. Um, you're not going to notice it, right? You're going to notice anything that happens on the outside of your album, like to the left, to the right, right? But if you go into this where the spine is of the album, it's not going to be as noticeable. So you can see there's some white that didn't get some of the paper overlapped. You're never going to notice that when it gets into the album. So that part of the border there that is kind of like jewels. That is from the dollar store. And I get some of those things and then they just sit in my stash. So when it comes to like something like this and anything can go, I'm telling you, anything goes. So those are on there. Here's my tabs. I'm gonna get my photos glued down, and now that I've got mostly everything figured out where it's going to go, I'm going to start to glue the embellishments as well. And I think I kind of start on the right hand page. So kind of one page at a time, get the photos down, get the pocket card down, and then work on the embellishments. This fuchsia pink is really like, I think, my favorite color. My favorite color changes all the time, but it's one of my favorite colors. So it's really fun to use this. And then my color box is just like overflowing. This pink one, it seems like, well, I have three girls, but it doesn't seem like I use pink much. So I was glad that I could be using things from the pink box, but it's still overflowing. Do you guys have things like that are separate from your collections that you use? I over it well, it was over COVID when, we were isolating and things. That's when I really decided I am very much a color scrapbooker. So things that aren't in collections are definitely in my color boxes. I got a lot of organizational things done during that period of time, but currently my scrap room here is in quite a mess. It needs a little TLC, a little time for me to put a lot of things away and find a place for things. That sticker right there is a planner sticker. I've got one that's going on that side. I'll have one on the other side. I have no idea where I got that butterfly from. The heart is a Nicole Jones 911 printable. Perfect shade of pink. And then I will move on. Oh, and this thing, I don't know where that came from, but I really wanted to get that on there. Peace, love, and happy. What else, how else can you say about going to a scrapbook store with your scrappy bestie? Peace, love, and happy. I am taking this sticker. It says laughter. It's not even a sticker. It says it's embellishment that says laughter, and I gave it a fishtail banner. The sticker below it says love this, and it's an arrow, so I thought that was kind of fun. Again, with this cut apart that I had from a paper pad, the kind of the mixed media look, I want to get that on there. I'm just trying to figure out kind of like placement. This video is a couple minutes longer than my usual videos, but I think with doing a 2-page layout, I think that's not such a big deal then. Um, I think the longest part of this was probably off camera getting together all my pink items. Now that the right hand side is mostly done, I will move to the left hand side and get everything glued down. Now that today on the right hand side is vellum. Again, no idea where I got that. It just ended up in my stash. Um, but today I used it. What else do I have over there? Oh, the banner up on top says today will be great in pink. And of course, that day was great. I have some hearts and I have heart on the right hand side, so I'm going to make sure to get the heart on the left hand side. And actually, in my four corners, I get a heart in each one of them. Some things, I wasn't great at gluing everything down, so some things I'll have to let you know that didn't get glued down during the process. Some of them even didn't show up in the final photos, but um, you can see most, if not everything, on the page right now. On that celebrate title, there's two little things that chipboard things. I imagine those are books, so I stack those kind of like you'd have scrapbook albums. I get the today will be great banner stuck on there. What else is next? I'm at certain point I'm gonna figure out to put the rest of those clips on there. There's another tab that's an Ellie's Studio tab. Here's just a random star. I think that's the only star that makes it on the layout, but that's okay. It made it on the layout. Here we go. So each photo is going to get another clip, and there's only one of each shape on the left hand side and one of each shape on the right hand side, because that's the way I roll. One of them, oh, that's the one, was just not laying right, so I stuck some foam adhesive tape underneath it so it'll keep it in place. The rest of them kind of clipped on really nice and shouldn't have a problem at all. Below I will leave the link to uh, Chrissy's Beautiful Life in her 30 Days of Sketches, Series 17, and you can go and see the playlist for that. And then you can also, I'll have the link for the Facebook group where you can see everybody's take on the sketches, and you can add yours too if you like. And then I will also have listed every one that is playing along with Mad About Mini paper pads. It's always fun to see what everybody else does with that. There is a heart on the right hand side. You can see it by today. That I don't think I glue down until after the photos are done. I also had a puffy heart. That ended up on the top of my desk, so I glued that on after photos as well. There's another pencil. I'm gluing that down on the left-hand side. My two hearts, I don't know if those are glued down right now that are sitting there up on the top. And so anyway, this is the final touch for me is the white linen Dilution Shimmer Spray. I hope you enjoyed this process video today. I want to thank you so much for spending your time with me today. If you did like the video, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. I hope you have a fabulous day, and please come back and see me again soon.